chapter 21 of Thunder Rolling in the Mountains. I hope you're enjoying. I am enjoying. This is, as good as it can be for now. Alright, let's start. 21. Red Elk rode into the village. Teepees clustered near a stream, and fires burned bright beside them. A vast herd of ponies was tethered beyond the teepees. Women, children, and old men shouted greetings. They came to look at the load of meat, and they came to look at us. They stared hard. A child poked Swan Necklace's foot wrappings with a curious finger. A woman touched my elkskin skirt. The leather was white as snow, and it had taken many suns to sew on the blue quills. She rubbed the skirt between her fingers, then frowned when she saw the ragged edges. I was glad that I had cut away the fringe to stay our hunger. It saved my skirt. Red Elk motioned to Swan Necklace and me. We got off the horses and followed him to his teepee. Children pointed at us as we walked through the village. Dogs barked. I wondered what a Cinnabon would do with us. At Red Elk's teepee, a lightning dove, his wife, was cooking. She was a small woman and moved quickly, like a bird. She speared a chunk of antelope meat and placed it over the fire. In a large pot, cow's mush bubbled. The good smell made me feel weak. Swan Necklace ate with Red Elk and Charging Hawk, his son. A lightning dove and I brought them food. Charging Hawk was a young warrior. He had more nose than Swan Necklace, but he did not have a wife. He was short and thick through the chest. Pieces of shell from the land of the great waters gleamed green and blue and silver in his braids. He wore fringed leggings and a buckskin shirt trimmed with elk's teeth. On each arm were many copper bracelets. Red Elk told Swan Necklace that we were a long day's walk from the old lady's country. If we started before the first sun, we would be there in darkness. Swan Necklace nodded. He used signs to tell Red Elk about the surrender, and Red Elk said he had seen our people begin a long march toward the rising sun. After the men had eaten, a lightning dove and I made our meal. My hunger was so great that I ate with unseemly haste. I saw her watching me and ducked my head with shame. That means she ate really, really, really fast. Then I chewed slowly until my hunger was gone. A lightning dove looked at my worn moccasins and pulled a new pair from my pack. I thanked her with signs, and she patted me on the shoulder. She seemed kind. Charging Hawk gave Swan Necklace a pair of moccasins and an old shirt and leggings. When Swan Necklace put them on, the sleeves barely covered his elbows, and the leggings ended just below his knees. Red Elk and his son laughed at the sight. I was beginning to forget my fear and slept well that night in the tent of Red Elk. The morning sky was streaked with red. We started off before the sun. A lightning dove gave us a packet of food, and Red Elk gave us 10 bullets for our rifles. We had walked only a short way from the village when I heard a footstep behind us. That was all. There was one more step. Then a knife flashed, and Swan Necklace lay on the ground with a deep gash in his neck. I turned quickly and saw Charging Hawk wiping the blood from his knife. My rifle was not loaded. Before I could pull the knife from my belt, I felt the noose slip around my neck. It drew tight, and the world went black. I opened my eyes. Above me was the wall of Red Elk's teepee. My ankles were tied together, and so were my wrists. I looked around. A lightning dove sat next to the opening. She was sewing red and blue beads on a moccasin. I shut my eyes and pretended I was not awake. I thought hard. I remembered the look in Red Elk's eyes when he saw our rifles. Knew Swan Necklace was dead. I wondered why I still lived, but I did not care. It made no difference now if they killed me. The shadows were long when a lightning dove shook me. I looked at her with eyes of hate, but said nothing. She untied my ankles and wrists and let me down to the stream. I could not run away because she held fast to the rawhide around my arm. When I was ready to leave, she touched me over my heart and touched her eyes and then her heart. She sighed that she felt my grief. Her fingers were gentle, and so were her eyes. Tears spilled out of my eyes and ran down my cheeks. I could not speak. A lightning dove led me to the place where Swan Necklace lay dead. She signed that I might bury him. I wrapped my love in our wedding blanket. On his chest I placed his war whistle, which had protected him in battle but did not save him from death. I laid him in a shallow grave and chanted a song of mourning. The death of Swan Necklace had taken my heart away. In my breast, where my heart once beat, was a piece of cold stone. Yep. In my breast, where my heart once beat, was a piece of cold stone. Yeah.